narrow universe, we're not able to meet the needs of our constituents as explicitly exclaimed during many community meetings 3 years ago. I don't understand that. This is not the department for personnel costs, at least not at the working level. Dr. Jones is not joining us today. I have confirmed that. So Ms. Rigby, you're next.
I was going to ask about the timeline for landscape manual, but I believe you said that would be completed in the fall.
Correct.
And how are you working with Office of Community Sustainability and the Bee City Initiative to really make sure that our requirements are helping to expand their initiatives and their efforts?
So actually we're working with Office of Community Sustainability on many efforts, and also to help with their climate change initiative. And so the landscape manual is one of the leading efforts from our department that's helping to forward their initiatives on that. So we've worked very closely with them to make sure that we're helping to achieve the goals within that manual.
Great. Glad to hear it. Look forward to reading it.
Yep. Ms. Young?
I was interested to see that actually first I got news of this, even though I represent 5 of the Columbia villages, that you are on the edge, I guess, of putting together the Newtown Task Force. And I would love to know who was appointed to that Newtown Task Force. Do you have a list of those people?
So we're finalizing the list now, and we should have the executive order out later this week or the beginning of next week.
So do you know who you're inviting to be on the task force? You do?
Yes, we have a list.
And do you know if any of the names that I submitted to represent those 5 villages are on that task force?
I'd have to look at the list of names, and I'm not sure who submitted what names specifically, but I can provide that list to you.
And I take it you're not using PAYGO, or you are using PAYGO for this consultant?
I believe so, yes.
But this is new PAYGO.
No, this
isn't the PAYGO that you claimed a year ago that you needed to do the APFO task force that you then didn't use, but said that that was why we needed to wait an entire year for the next budget to come through so that you could get that PAYGO. That's a different PAYGO, a PAYGO that you didn't use.
This is the same PAYGO funds that we had repurposed for, instead of the code rewrite that we are reusing for Hoco by Design implementation efforts. And this is one of the implementation efforts. We did not need to use a consultant for the APFO task force.
No, but that was when you told us more than a year ago that you were going to delay that effort until you were able to get that $1 million in the following budget.
No, I don't believe we said that we were going to be using $1 million. It was always $500,000.
And there was no, but maybe it was 500. I thought it was $1 million, but I do remember you saying that we wouldn't be able to pursue that effort for a year until that money was put in the budget.
We had.
Which is why we waited an entire year to put that APFO task force together.
Well, the APFO task force had to be put together by county code as of last year.
Within a year.
Within a year.
We could have done it any time within the year, but we waited almost a year to put it together. And now it's taken almost a year to complete their work. That's my understanding.
We have a year once the APFO task force is established to complete the work.
I understand. I understand you have that time, but that was time that was purposefully used up so that we wouldn't have time to do comprehensive rezoning. And I cannot tell you, while Ms. Walsh may be hearing out there about people who are having frustrations with zoning complaints, what I'm hearing are people who are frustrated about the fact that we're not doing comprehensive rezoning. Very frustrated. And there were a lot of people who followed our general plan. There were a lot of people who thought it was a good general plan. And they're very disappointed that what should naturally happen after that much time and effort has gone into a general plan is comprehensive rezoning. And that's what I'm hearing when I'm out in the community, is disappointment that we're not doing that. So how far away are you from completing the work on the APFO task force?
So we'll have our second public hearing on May 20th. Then we'll convene after we've heard from the public about the comments on the recommendations that have been put forward. And then we'll complete the final report, and then we look forward to coming to County Council with that this summer.
What are you going to come to County Council with when you come this summer? Are you coming with legislation? Are you coming with a report? What do you?
Report and recommendations.
And is there an expectation that the County Council will follow that up with legislation, or that the county executive will be following that
I
up
think
with
that's to
legislation?
be determined.
Got it. Thanks.
It's going back to me. The landscape design manual and the Route 40 design manual. I think I got amendments into the general plan to address this. Again, it's a request that I included in the executive's budget priority from D1. Korean Way achieved itself organically with, as far as I knew, no assistance from local government. But I think now that they're there and so successful and so well regarded in such an important part of our community, I would expect that both of those, if not just the Route 40 design manual, would give special attention to honoring that culture.
Absolutely.
And the value it brings. Ms. Rigby.
So along with the Route 40 manual, you had also included an update for the Route 1 manual.
Yes.
And I was just wondering what your timeline for that was looking like.
It's the same. So the Route 1 and Route 40 manual are going to go hand in hand with each other. We are looking to select our consultant, which we're using our on-call consultant teams for that by the end of next week. So we will have a contract, hopefully, within the next month, so definitely by the end of this fiscal year, so we can kick off that project at the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, and complete it by the end of calendar year 26, so 18 months.